Good luck, Commander.
Hello, and welcome back. So we got to do Portent, and this mission sucks. A, it's incredibly easy to die, almost by accident, even in the base game, not even in Lone War. B, it glitches out so much. If you want, you can go back and look at my previous playthrough, just to get a clue for how bad it was, but it glitched out, I think, 4 or 5 times. Like, it glitched out, I had to replay it to try to get to the part that it glitched out again. Then it glitched out along the way, and I couldn't do anything, and a lot of the time I couldn't even open up the menu. So I think I had to play it like 4 or 5 times without doing impossible on Enemy Within. So what's going to happen is I'm going to play through it, and I'm going to come back and comment on it and walk you through whatever playthrough doesn't break. Yeah. Either whatever playthrough doesn't break, or if I could save it throughout, and then just when it breaks, just load it up beforehand. I'm going to do it that way, and just sort of like speed run it and walk through it or like after the fact. Because A, that allows me a momentary break to do something else if I start going crazy, because I did before. And B, this is just a mission that is famously broken. I don't know why it's so broken. I don't know why the coding is so bad around it. But if Enemy Within broke repeatedly with like a couple things, I can only imagine that this is going to break repeatedly again. So this is the singular mission where I'm going to like save throughout and come back and save throughout and come back, and we're just going to see how it goes. And if it breaks throughout, I'll just take a break and won't kill myself. That being said, I have an introduction to make. It's White Swan. White Swan was effectively the horse that Cao Hong gave to Cao Cao after Cao Cao was fleeing from Wan Castle. Wan Castle, famously, the closest Cao Cao came to dying, not connected to Guan Yu. White Swan was a horse given to him to help him carry it out in case of emergencies by his cousin. Or his uncle. Pretty sure it's his cousin. As such, he is a big boy. He is going to carry us through situations where the other shivs are gone. And we're taking Zhuran with a flashbang and a smoke grenade. Smoke grenade, not entirely sure how useful it's going to be, but we have Zhu Liang packing armor-piercing grenades, and actually, we've got Zhu Liang packing armor-piercing grenades and high-explosive grenades and fragmentation grenades. So we're gonna see how this goes. Wish my computer luck, cause this is gonna be some bullshit. It just is, and it will. But yeah.
France is sending an urgent mission request.
Yeah, France, we know. You always do. It seems to frequently be in Bordeaux, France, honestly. Oh my god. Okay, cool. My eyes were closed for a second. Like, did it glitch out already? What the hell? Alright. And of course the shiv can't go up ladders, which is fair, frankly. Alright, so I'm going to save. I'm going to save it here. And I'm going to pull back. And when I'm done, I'm going to record it all. And then when I have it all sorted out, I'm going to walk you through what the recording is. Okay? Okay. Wish me luck. It already broke. Here, hang on, I'll show you. In the process of pausing my game and coming back to it, it already crashed. So, at least I saved. God, this is the dumbest. Can I not play this mission? Is that just what this turns out to be? That'd be ridiculous. Alright, we'll find out. Alright, so it took a few actual attempts. I'm fast forwarding at 2x speed just because otherwise it would take this record took I think over 30 to 40 minutes, and it's not particularly exciting details. But this is the basic strategy is stay on top, be in the first building, move forward very, very slowly. Pull everything that you can into an Overwatch trap and give it the level of fear and respect that is typically reserved for people new to XCOM, and what respect they should have for the game when they don't know what they're doing, when they don't know that 95% shots are actually 30% shots. But that being said, this mission is buggy as all hell. It gets, especially in the second half when the reinforcements start dropping in piece by piece, then it just kind of gets miserable. But the strategy for now is stay on top, stay by these two skylights, because they give you sight down into the space beneath it, as well as cover and elevation to reduce chances of you getting shot in the first place. Going to keep going very, very slowly. And keep going very, very slowly. And move forward with that very practiced, very specific. I'm going to save here because, glitches. It just happens. Being very cautious. Now, nothing even happened yet. Nothing started. So, we'll take this opportunity while we can. Shuffle people around. Moving the sniper and the infantry there because that has the widest range of things and places to see. Coming here, we see the first pod. They're not quite active yet, which is great for us because it allows us just move over here. In hindsight, it would have been better if I just moved a little bit differently because you can't see it necessarily, but I can hit a heavy floater. Yes, that's a heavy floater in April. Fun times. I can hit a heavy floater and a thin man, but not the other thin man with the needle grenade. So I just use a highly explosive one to kill one of the thin men and push the heavy floater out. That being said, options. 54, 56 is not the greatest. I kind of forgot I had hollow targeting, and killing that guy kind of just accidentally spawned another pod, which honestly not the greatest, but these are mostly just like a thin man and a couple seekers, so could be worse. Need to get rid of this guy though, so bam, full face shot by the Shiv. Didn't quite kill him, did a hell lot of damage though. And Yue Jin is going to be Yue Jin and actually rock things out for a little bit, getting rid of the seekers. Contemplating moving Huang Zhang a bit, but yeah, until we eventually move Zhang He, I think. I am recording this about a day or so after I started, so I'm not fully cognizant of what I end up doing here, but I'm pretty sure I move forward. But yeah, still trying to figure out how best to deal with their both being a thin man there. He's not on Overwatch, but you still don't want to screw around with him, and dealing with that heavy floater. They do regenerate, so they do get their health back over time, so you don't want to just hang around forever. That being said, opening that door, probably should have used someone else, but it's fine. It's actually okay. Moving Zhuran up, probably should have used Zhuran, honestly. Shooting him gives a hollow targeting, and it actually does 4 damage, meaning that this pistol shot actually can do it, and it does. 65% chance, not the greatest considering it's a sniper, but, what can you do? can't see. See, here's the thing. I could see him, but it's still with a 55% chance. So, not the greatest. Set to Overwatch. Heavy floater bugs out, and more people show up. But I missed that shot because, medics are not actually known for their significant accuracy. And activate 2 more pods of thin men. I forgot the 3rd pod. Fortunately, the heavy floater just runs into acid, but dealing with 1 heavy floater who's still around with the generating, activate 2 more pods of bullshit. I have to pull back, and this is partly why we stay here, because it is easy to break line of sight and filter people back to you. Zhang He can't stay here. He really can't. So he ducks back, gets a bit more full cover, still 37% chance, but just hunker down, man. We don't need you dying. You have the med kits. Pull back Juran a bit. Zhuge you still have a couple grenades, I think. Yep, you still have your grenades, so you still want you to stick around. Pulling back, letting the infantry in, because we're presuming that that the enemy is going to either jump up over the rail or funnel into it to deal with this shiv, which is why I don't pull the shiv entirely away, because he's bait. And then we'll just look. We have grenade. We need grenades. There are lots of them everywhere. Can't quite get it in a way that will also destroy the seeker, but even just damaging the other heavy floater a little bit is sufficient to take every little advantage that you can. Shoot, miss, shoot, hit. That's 1 heavy floater down, barely. Throw out a smoke grenade. I have to abuse the angle at least a little bit to hit everybody, because end of the day, these are still thin men. We are still in half cover. One of the cars just exploded, which is great, honestly. Really happy about that one. Shiv is taking a beating. He really is. Like, the armor in the ship. This is a fantastic benefit and a boon. The heavy floater is in acid again, misses again. Thank God, because if that heavy floater just hit the Shiv, that would have just been the end of it. But it does give us another chance and another turn to see what we can do, and another heavy floater in line with our grenadier, with our infantry, with plenty of us. So Zhuge Liang, who goes? Come on, you agent. I really just bounce around a lot. To be fair, at this point, I'm considering and trying to figure out what exactly the best chain of command to do, who have the best chances. And Wei Yan, not bad at it. She still missed one, but it could be much worse. Fire the EP grenade. Ching, ching, ding. Bam. Accidentally hit that of the seeker, which not the worst thing. Missed that shot. Probably should have had him come up top, frankly, and played a bit more cautiously. But I now have hollow targeting on the heavy floater, and I'm presuming I will make use of it. 48% works. Never doubt the sniper, even if they're not actually using sniper rifle. Keeping the Shiv there because ultimately don't want it to die, but it has damage reduction, and it is not a person, and it cannot gain experience. It is by far the most expendable thing. There is a seeker there, pretty sure, unless the game just bugged out with a fire, which is also possible. Destroyed buildings do screw with the layout, unfortunately, or very frequently, really. Trying to figure out the best way to work with the Shiv, see if there's any way I can get flanking on anyone that matters. Keep in mind, the Shiv is significantly hurt, so the Red Fog significantly reduces its accuracy as well. But, take a shot, it does kill a Seeker, so it does its job. More dodging. They can't even move. Shiv boy, he's big, okay? It is a very large, very substantive thing that should not be that hard to hit, but thankfully it is that hard to hit. Another thin man move forward. Huang Zhang gets shot for 4. And at this point, we've dealt with the heavy floaters. We just have some thin men and seekers left over of this blast. So, thank you so much, Yue Jin, for needing both of your shots to deal with him, but it works out in the end. Juran, being a scout, has really nothing better to do. Being strangled is a significant debuff, unfortunately. So it's just sort of seeing what we can do, seeing what grenades we can get to work, seeing if we get any of them to, seeing what's going on. We do end up sending Zhong He up to actually heal Juran, because Juran at 4 can get tapped and killed by most anything. Even a crit seeker shot can kill it. And surprise seeker, but with a 43% chance. Fortunately, that misses. Because by this point, I had clearly forgotten there was a seeker right there. Because, why would I remember that? Something so silly as where enemies are. We do still have a few shots we can take. I do remember to at least apply hollow targeting beforehand, before having the sniper shoot him, which helps. Doesn't help kill him, but, 3 damage. 3 health is 60%. You're 60% of the way to killing him. Wei Yan, then they move forward, then they move back. Sort of fiddling around a bit. Another grenade. Just to kill him. And the second thing there too, which I did not see apparently. Presuming that was another seeker. And there goes the Shiv. First destroyed Shiv. Sorry, White Swan. Not happy about it. Zhu Liang dodging. He's too smart to get shot out, to get surprised that way. I am not smart enough to keep my sniper having an actual line of sight, though. Because this building is technically a little bit taller than the other one, so it sort of breaks the sniper line of sight to be back here. So I'm kind of just pulling back more, retreating, getting to a somewhat suitable, sustainable position. Hunker down. And gotta sending Zhu Liang all the way back here. There was a stutter where it kind of broke, and I'm like, oh god. I was tempted to save here, but at this point, I am still in the middle of a fight. It is a fight that has gone pretty well for me, and I don't want the potential. We're already halfway through. We've done a lot. I don't want to sort of breach into a version of safe scumming. So, okay, if I die, then, it's the thing. If it crashes, I have no choice, and I'll just redo the fight again. Sort of be a little bit corrupted by just knowing where things are. But, what can you do? Yeah. Running around. Setting Zhuge Liang up here, just to see what goes on. I was trying to examine if I could still use that cover, but I didn't see a shield with the Shiv's body there. So Juran does move forward. He does take half cover, which is not the greatest, but I needed him to apply hollow targeting. Or I wanted him to apply hollow targeting to make it at least a little bit better. Still can't tell. Was tempted to move back here, but no line of sight indication. It might have just been blocked by the door that he'd be popping through, but I couldn't risk it. So, moving forward, and just looking at how much time it has actually taken. It is a lot. Medic, quick shot by Zhong He. Then I realize, oh yeah, I have height advantage. So, that could work itself out. Surprise, Thin Man, which is less than ideal. There goes Juran. Luckily, he's not dead. He's just critically wounded, and half of my remaining people are panicking. I do have to stabilize him, but can I kill the Thin Man? Yes. Killing the Thin Man does take a bit of priority over stabilizing, because theoretically, he should have at least 2 turns. Check to see if I could find anyone who's left over. Can't. Moving Zhu Liang up. Overwatch. And here, when there are no enemies left on a map, it kind of gets disorienting a little bit, because you hit end turn and then nothing happens. It just keeps being your turn. But with no more enemies on the map at all, it actually becomes relatively straightforward. Shocking. I know. Fallen comrade. Not great. Anyway. At this point, the only thing that happens is there is a person to rescue, If you're following this along, you probably know. But future reinforcements only show up by virtue of how far the convoy survivor makes it. Meaning, if you just have someone, and this would be where Juran does it, because, Juran is a scout, he moves quickly, but it's fine. I'm playing it incredibly safe. Everyone is fully reloaded. Huang Zhang is steadying his aim. He's not taking any Overwatch. And we're just playing it nice and easy. And it kind of goes nice and easy from here on. Head on. We have to bring him back. That's perfectly fine. Oh, steady weapon, Overwatch. Steady weapon, Overwatch. Reload. All the things. This does... The mod does break a little bit with the sequential Overwatch, so that all the Overwatches go for the same person all at once, which is less than good. But that's why we have multiple people spread out over the building for different angles, different aiming. Just take it slow. And sort of try to have at least one person on each, blocking each angle or direction, and vision over a hell of a lot. Yes, it's only the beginning. Cough, cough. Keep the matter going forward. I am playing it incredibly easy, incredibly soft. I am technically down 2. I'm down a Shiv, and I'm down a Scout. So I don't really even have a steady Overwatch breaker. So playing it nice and easy, going forward one turn at a time. Thank you. Thank you, motorbike. Taking one turn at a time. I know that there's a thin man over there, so I'm trying to see if I can get an angle to see him with. But not quite doing it, which is, less than good. Maybe through there, and through there works. Wei Yan, thank you, Wei Yan. And he got himself a promotion with that one, which is kind of clutch. Not going to lie, we were running out of people to move. Than the typical, basically a turtle strategy of reload, Overwatch, steady aim, and spread out a bit. That way also avoids any potential acid that shows up. Not likely to happen, because it would require me to not kill a thin man and have him take the opportunity to use that, but still, it's about being prepared and cautious. Huang Zhang, 90% chance, thank you very much, and dead thin man. Wei Yan, he is going to brave the Overwatch shot, but it is Overwatch. He does have a height advantage, and he has 7 health, so it would be okay. He does kill him, which is thankful. Which means another turn of just calming down a little bit. Thankfully, the Scout and Zhuge Liang have similar movement speeds, so it's just 1 and 1. 1 and 1. Zhuge Liang does get a good shot off on him. I am tempted to have Zhuge Liang take the second shot and see if he could kill him, but ultimately the percentage chance just isn't there, and a 72% with Huang Zhang. And Huang Zhang finally got a promotion. To be fair, he kind of needed one. Like, after this mission, he killed a good amount of things. He did a good amount of damage. He deserves one. Sending Zhuge Liang around. Should not have moved Huang Zhang. I am moving here because the reinforcements ultimately do sort of take up and try to land around where the survivor is. Significant miss. Zhang He hits for 3, which is, good. Good enough, maybe. Yue Jin misses a 65, gets the second one. Probably should have just had Yue Jin fire both shots. Or do that first, but c'est la vie. He can't quite make it to... Could be better, could be worse. But actually, that was much, much simpler than the last one. Good thing, too, because you see I didn't save much. But yeah. I felt like saving to prevent glitches in the middle of a fight was kind of just cheating, gameplay breaking. White Swan died. Sorry, White Swan. Jin leveled up, though. The panic chain was a pain in the tuchus. Disabling shot. So, Juron dying that early, quote unquote early. So your heavy floaters in Portent was that had a kick in the teeth, honestly. Yes, I know. So rebuild Shiv. $20. Bring him back. 28 days to rebuild him. Jesus. Ay, ay, ay. We still have the heat ammo, which is nice. Actually, no. We're saving money. We are saving money. I keep forgetting that we are saving money. I should stop forgetting that we're saving money. Sure, dispatch items. 2, come on. Okay, aircraft are coming back. Still only one. Defense 7. Defensive 9. I don't even know what that means. Be defensive about it? This is not going to do anything, jack, really, but like... This is an abduction. I'm fine with him being defensive. Ran out of ammo. I should have used this to get a bit more... Yeah, let's use this to get a bit of experience for as many people as we can. Because why not? A bit of farming isn't bad. Stinger missiles in defense posture. Oh, God. Okay, automatic disengage. Automatic, yep, there we go. View abduction site. Okay, it's a light. It's in Wuhan, China. Okay. Sure, Wuhan, China is, it is what it is. Okay. Continue. We don't have a Shiv. Yeah, I know. So, in the interest of not having a Shiv, because engineering, barracks, seven more days without any Shiv. I'm not trying to get that. Okay, so in the interest of not having a Shiv, I'm going to bring along a good amount of just screw your machine, just in case. But with Sun Quan, with us getting a corporal with some bigger lance corporals, the tech is still horrible. Can't do anything about that. But, Dr. Valen, can you just not? Thank you. How many scientists do we have now? We have 19 scientists. What does that look like, stat-wise? Beam laser to 13. Okay. It's getting better. The lab's not even done yet. Okay. So I'll be back, and just in case of bullets, I'll bring along some explosives and some heat ammo and some heat grenades or heat whatever I can find to make it work. Thank you guys for sticking around. You should be seeing a couple things on screen. One is a video recommended for you by YouTube. The other should be the beginning of this playthrough as a playlist. If you missed anything or you want to go back or relive the horrible moments that have, been happening here. That being said, feel free to like, comment, subscribe. I do appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time.